Hey guys, it's Allie. We are going to be doing a very lazy video, but I decided I really wanted to film something, so it's going to be very laid back. But we are going to be talking about my 5 favorite classics, so let's go ahead and jump right in. The first one is, of course, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This is a book that I have loved ever since my childhood. It's a children's classic, and I love it so much, as evidenced by the fact that I have a growing collection of copies of this book, but I am just a really big fan. It's so wacky and fun. I love the really unique art style and the really kind of crazy story, and I just have always loved it ever since I was a kid. It really inspired me to really have an imagination. So I am just really excited that I got to read this and that I still love it even now. The next book on this list is actually a new favorite, and that is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is a book that I studied for my women writers course in university, and also I read it on my own. We just talked about the introduction, but I read the entire book a few months ago, and I really loved it. I think it was so good because it really just begs the question of who's the real monster. Is it Dr. Frankenstein or the monster he created? And it really just goes back and forth in this novel, and it really just makes you think, and I really love that about books. The ones that really make me think and question the motives of the characters, and I just ended up really loving it, and I definitely recommend you consider checking it out because it was absolutely amazing. Also, I read it at Halloween, so of course I loved it. The next book on this list is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I read this in 8th grade for one of my classes, and I really loved it. Even though I did read it for class, it just ended up being very enjoyable. I loved seeing the relationships between all of the characters and the complexities of the story, and seeing just the outsiders and how I could relate personally to them because they're on the outside and they're just trying to survive. And I just really enjoyed the story. I think this is an absolutely fabulous novel, and it's just one of my absolute favorite books of all time. So I definitely recommend you consider checking this out if you get the chance, because the movie's great, the book's great, it's just a really fantastic and interesting story. The next book on this list is definitely a new favorite, and that is This Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. This is a book I read a month ago or so, and I really loved it. It's super short. It's a children's classic, but in just a short amount of time, it just really explores a lot of difficult topics. It really has a lot of good messages within the story, and the illustrations are gorgeous. They're really cute. I think it's a really cute story, and I think child, adult, whatever, you can totally learn something from this story, and that's something I really love about literature, that you can just love it no matter what age you are, because this is really a timeless tale for me. And the last book on this list is my all-time favorite classic, and that is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I read this in 10th grade for my English course, and it just captivated me from the first moment. Just the way that Harper Lee was portraying these characters, the racial issues, all of the issues that are experienced and just expressed in this breathtakingly beautiful novel. The story, the relationships between all of these characters, it just captivates me every time I read it. It will continue to just be a timeless tale for me, and I just have so much love in my heart for this story. I just think it is absolutely amazing, and I think that everyone should read this because I think everyone can learn something from it. I think it's just a timeless tale, and it's really what made me really fall in love with classics and with classic literature. And there you have it. Those were my top 5 favorite classics. What is your favorite classic? Comment down below. I would love to know. And that is going to be it for this video today. So thank you all so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.